You've a cheeky 5-day break in your schedule. The price is unbelievable and you're off on a 4-night cruise. Amazing! But is a 4-night cruise really worth it? We're off to Amsterdam and people have said this cruise is a booze cruise. But is this true? And is 4 days enough time to fully appreciate the ship, enjoy a great port and come back all refreshed? Everywhere is full. Well, this sounds intriguing. If you don't know us, I'm Rachel, he's Wills and we are Postcard and a Pint. Join us on this 4-night adventure as we ask, is a 4-night cruise worth it? If you don't have coach transfer included, we say go the day before to be safe. Our trains were delayed here, and everywhere really. But eventually we got there. After a lovely night's stay at the Grand Harbour Hotel, it was time to board the ship. Hang on, you've not even told us what ship you're going on yet. Cheers for that, Rach. We are indeed off on a 4-night cruise to Amsterdam on P&O's Ventura. Our boarding time was 1:30 p.m. We joined the queue at 1:20 p.m. and it moved very quickly. And in no time at all, we were okay to board. Rach?
I'm going on a ship.
Someone is very happy indeed. Next up...
Thank you for your muster station.
Explain, Wills.
Just got on. Got to go to the muster station. We're muster station D.
And muster station D is in the Tamarind Club on deck 7. Let's go. Once we're checked in, we just need to watch the safety video on the TV in our cabin. But cabins aren't ready yet, so what are we up to, Rach?
All checked in. That took about 20 minutes from joining that line to getting on board, which is absolutely brilliant. We visited our muster station, D, in the Tamarind, and now I'm not sure what we're going to do now, but join us anyway.
So when in doubt on a cruise ship, where else to head but to the buffet? The waterside buffet is on deck 15 and we enjoyed a good hot lunch. It was delicious. Then it was announced that cabins were ready and we were so excited. Not only were our cases, the bogies, already there, but this time, for the first time in our lives, we had a balcony cabin. It was a good-sized cabin, although P&O seemed to want to keep Postcard and a Pint apart with the bed set up, but we got that sorted. But we just gravitated towards that balcony, and Wills got in his first of many field recordings on this trip. We're loving it. Well, not the bed setup. Now let's explore. We started at the top and really liked the look of the Metropolis bar on deck 18 aft. We did hop up to deck 19 to the sports court, but it was freezing. We got great views though. Having fun, kids? We were already wishing that this was a warm weather cruise, as the outside spaces did look lovely. We got a really good feel for the ship on this walk around. We even visited the gym. Hi, Jim. Enjoy the cruise. We won't be back. We had a look at the spa and the Oasis pool, but it does feel a little cold for swimming. We had a thoroughly nice time exploring the upper decks and saw a fair few pools and bars that we wanted to try. As the afternoon wore on, the ship started to feel very lively as more people boarded. So we headed to the aft. Ventura does have a very lovely aft. But by now we were extremely cold, so headed down to deck 7 and the Havana Club. Thoughts on Ventura so far, Rach?
We're still exploring, having a really lovely time. I have to say the upstairs outside bits, they do look a little bit tired, but now we've got down to deck 7. Oh, hello. It looks a lot fresher, a lot more lively. Really enjoying ourselves.
On deck 7 we found Sindhu Restaurant and then the Tamarind Club once again. Then we finally got to the atrium, and a beautiful atrium it is too. Next week's video is going to be a full ship tour, so do tune in then to learn all about the different decks and layout. For now, this is the Peninsula Arcade, that's the Glasshouse Bar, that's the casino, and this is the Exchange Bar. And as you can see, it's getting very busy, and Wills looks lost. Reception is on deck 6 in the atrium, and always seemed to be busy. We were flagging a bit by now, and when you're flagging and out and about for Postcard and a Pint, it must mean it's pint time. Carling Black Label, chasing the good old days, Wills, and Rach has got a wine. Cheers! Now, Sail Away Party had been moved inside thanks to the very Welsh weather that Southampton was experiencing. What do we say about that? Yay! We certainly do. It's a much better idea. There was much dancing and frivolities, but we nursed our beer and wine and looked on. So how is the Sail Away actually going?
We've just been to the Sail Away party in the atrium, but we haven't sailed away yet.
We haven't.
Yep, like British trains, we were delayed. Because we got this cruise so cheap, we'd been assigned a dinner sitting, and that was second sitting. We tried to change it that day, and bless them, they were so helpful and polite, but couldn't change it for that night. So it was off to the buffet for a snack. There was plenty of choice, but a few cheese and crackers did the trick. Champion. We did a bit more exploring, and it was lovely and quiet whilst everyone else was eating. It was still chucking it down though. And have we sailed yet? It seems we have. We do love the sea, even the English Channel. Since we had 2 hours to kill before our meal, we tried our hand at our first quiz in the exchange. Wills had a beer, and Rach...
Now Wills in.
Let the quiz begin.
So we'll get started in about 1 minute's time. Hello. Am I on camera?
You certainly are, Sunshine. So how did we do?
12 or more.
We're still in this.
13 or more.
Go on, Postcard and a pint.
14 or more.
The brains of the sea.
16 or more.
Or maybe not. For just the two of us, we were proud.
We got 15 out of 20. We didn't win, but it was all right.
We then popped into the Havana Club to catch a bit of the comedian Rory O'Hanlon.
What I like about cruise ships, you don't have to go to airports. That's the best part of it, isn't it? No Ryanair. I hate Ryanair. That's like Lidl in the sky.
We saw this guy on Iona and found him so funny. But let's just say now, the Havana Club is not a good venue if you actually want to hear. The noise from people around the bar drowned him out. We tried moving, but it didn't really help. This poor guy deserved a better venue and, quite frankly, a better audience. But finally, it was evening mealtime. We were in the Bay Tree restaurant, which is the restaurant that does set-time dining. The other two, the Cinnamon and Saffron, offer freedom dining, which we do prefer. It's a very pleasant space. And what's on the menu tonight? Ooh, what would you go for? Surprisingly again, I didn't go for Cumberland sausage. It all looked very appetising, so what did we go for? Atlantic crab and prawn tian for me, samosas for Wills, sea bass for me. I'm not allowed fish at home as Wills doesn't like it, unless it has and chips with it. And Wills went with sirloin steak. Then it was ice cream all around for afters, followed by a walk on deck to try and offset the calories. Is it bedtime yet? Nope, we stuck our heads in the tamarind and caught a bit of karaoke. Then looked at the silent disco in the atrium. It wasn't that silent at all. Silent discos aren't really our thing, so we headed up to the Metropolis bar. Oh, that's better. Cheers, lad. And who's this?
Hello.
What's your name?
Ashish.
Oh, cool.
Do you always work in this bar or all over?
All over.
Okay.
Like till last night I was in Tazeen bar, and just today I came in this bar for 2 months or 3 months I'll be here.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll shift to other bar.
Okay, so we'll see you in here most nights.
Yes. Brilliant.
Cheers, Ashish. And now it's bedtime. How's the bed situation?
As if by magic, it's now a double bed.
Woo!
Morning.
It's the next day, we're on our balcony, and it's time for breakfast.
We decided to try the restaurant breakfast experience. We just turned up and it only took 5 minutes to get a table. If you're willing to share, then you'll get a table quicker. Now, what's on the menu this morning? There's a hot breakfast menu, your cereals and yogurts, and then the bakery. So what did we go for this fine morning? Toast, obviously. Then it was eggs Benedict all around. Wills ate his, I wore mine, standard. Not even 10 a.m. and I'm on my second jumper. As the ship wasn't arriving in Amsterdam until 6 p.m, today was essentially a sea day, so we carried on exploring. We'd not explored all of Deck 5 yesterday and found ourselves in the art gallery discussing the merits of modern art.
I looked at it, but I'm like, I could do that.
I could do that.
Art connoisseurs, we are not. Leaving the art behind, we decided to brave the elements and go for a walk. Yes, it was a bit windy and very, very cold. But it was nice to fill our lungs with good sea air whilst walking the good old Ventura. But we'd seen in the horizon, which is the ship's daily schedule, that there was to be an art talk on Lowry. And, knowing how well versed we are in art, we decided to give it a go. It wasn't that we were cold, honestly.
We're the UK's leading gallery group of our kind. We're on all the P&O fleets.
Thanks for that. What are we seeing now?
It has the Stockport Viaduct, it's got the church, the terraced houses, and of course the people as well.
And it is worth a fair bit of money. Maybe we should learn about art, but later, hey. Right now we're meeting a subscriber.
Hello, it's lovely to meet you both. It's been a great pleasure watching Lowry. Absolutely brilliant.
It was lovely to meet you too, John, and your lovely wife, Pauline. enjoy the videos. But we're back off to the cabin to share our thoughts on Ventura so far.
How are you finding Ventura?
Ooh. I don't know. Well, I'm really enjoying it.
We're enjoying it.
Really enjoying it.
I don't enjoy it at the moment as much as the Iona.
You're not quite bonding with it yet, are
No,
you?
it seems very crowded and a little bit claustrophobic in places. I think we said this morning,
Don't get us wrong, we're still very, very much
this is
enjoying it.
possibly a sunshine ship. And it just doesn't have the capacity inside. The spaces aren't big enough. I think it's a very full cruise as well. It just feels like everywhere is full.
It doesn't help that the weather's lousy outside as well, does it?
And again, on Iona, even when the weather is lousy, you've got so many hot tubs and pools. There's only about 3 or 4 on this, and they are full. The indoor pool area, I don't like it.
Feels a bit like a leisure centre.
We love the Metropolis Bar.
Oh no, is this negativity from Postcard and a Pint? Are you not enjoying it?
We are still having
a fab time.
A great time,
We
and
really
we've
are.
met some lovely people.
We have met some
We've been
lovely people.
recognised.
Oh, is that a streaming cold we're getting there, Rach? Lovely. Just in time for Amsterdam. Now go on, make this positive and give us your theory as to why it's so crowded.
Maybe everyone got on, everyone had the same idea, go and eat, and everyone went, let's go drink. People have said this cruise is a booze cruise.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
There are a lot of 60th birthdays, 80th birthdays, seen a stag do, seen a hen do. We went to bed at 11, quite respectable,
that's very
and
good
it
for
certainly wasn't rowdy then.
It may well have been a booze cruise after midnight, but we saw none of it. Let's finish this with some positive vibes.
Hopefully, as we get more into ship life, everyone will find their space and their thing. But I am still very much enjoying it.
Yes, definitely.
So,
and we're off into Amsterdam soon.
We are indeed.
In fact, we've just started sailing down the canal, so...
Let's show you outside the balcony.
This is the start of a 3-hour industrial sail into Amsterdam. How's that cold doing? Oh dear. Man up, Rach.
And now, food time.
We decided to try the poolside grill and the pizzeria on deck 15. What have we gone for, Wills?
I've gone for the burger. Rachel's gone for the pizza. It's pretty good, actually. What's it like?
Nice.
That'll sort your cold out. In fact, can we take this moment to introduce the sun? Take a good look, as you won't see it feature any further in this video. Let's toast this moment. Cheers! We then went up a deck to watch us sail through the IJmuiden Sea Lock. But to get a better view...
We found a secret door.
It's not really secret, but it was at this point we discovered that you could get right to the back of Deck 7 and enjoy uninterrupted views. And if you climb the outdoor stairs on Deck 7, you can get right to the front of the ship on Deck 8 and have your own Titanic moment. And we had it all to ourselves. Soon, Amsterdam started to come into view. We were almost there, but...
We're just pulling into Amsterdam and it started raining.
You're a Welsh man. It's the weather of home. Well, it isn't, as the sun's shining here. But we loved spotting Amsterdam's famous landmarks. And then, just as we were about to dock, this happened.
We go from cruise ships like the Ventura mooring here in Amsterdam or anywhere else. We don't want cruise industry expanding their lasting fleet and continuing business as usual.
Speak up, Mama, I can't hear!
Our planet.
We'd caused a controversy. Wills?
There seems to be a protest going on from people who don't like cruise ships.
We think it was the Dutch version of Extinction Rebellion. They told us we weren't welcome in Amsterdam. I just filmed them.
We're not welcome.
It was all very tense.
There seems to be a mass protest about our arrival here on the cruise ship. There was people shouting down there with smoke bombs. Now all these cars have driven up, tooting. Who knows what's going to be happening? Are we going to be allowed off the ship?
It turns out the car's tooting was actually a wedding, but the other lot certainly didn't want us here. Maybe they'd heard I have a cold and didn't want me spreading my germs. Whether it had anything to do with the protest or not, it took an hour to clear the ship. Then it was time to disembark and walk through our new friends from Extinction Rebellion. You've got this, Rach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice for
say it was a peaceful protest, but they're playing the piece of music that they played when the Titanic went down, and they're singing it beautifully. We've picked up a leaflet, but everything's fine. We're going to start walking in now.
Just a heads up, everyone else in Amsterdam was friendly and welcoming, so don't be put off. Now you can catch a tram into Amsterdam opposite the cruise terminal, but we walked and loved it. 15 minutes later, we were at the back of the station. Then in another 5 minutes, we were outside and ready to enjoy Amsterdam once again. It is such a beautiful city. It's got to be up there as one of our favourite cities in the world. And what does Amsterdam do better than anyone? Chips, that's what. There was to be no cruise ship tea for us tonight. A chippy tea was on the cards. Give us a food review, Wills.
They're well nice.
Thanks for that, lad. Now let's head into the red light district and take in all of the sights. If you've watched this channel for a while, you'll know that Will's favourite shop in Amsterdam is by the flower market. It's a Christmas shop, no less, and it claimed to be open for another 30 minutes. This was a lie, it was closed, but we had a good browse and even bought some tulip bulbs to plant at home. Love it. We then meandered back through the red light district. It's all very beautiful, but Will's had to be removed due to his level of immaturity. You can't take him anywhere. We made a quick pit stop at the Grasshopper. Cheers! But as stunning as Amsterdam is, I was feeling rubbish. So
It's time to go back to the ship.
a Saturday night overnight in Amsterdam and I'm the one in bed early. Bad times. Here's to a power sleep and a better day tomorrow.
Morning.
She can't talk.
I'm not the wellest in the world, but I'm better than yesterday. I had a really good sleep, so I think I'm going to power through today. Power, but now we're off a buffet breakfast.
Ooh.
And if you're going to power through, you need a power breakfast. That'll do. We found there was a great choice of food at the breakfast buffet, and in no time at all, we were fueled and ready to go. I even posed in a clog. And do we have a warm welcome today?
Bit quieter than yesterday.
It seems protesting is a Saturday sport, and Sunday is their day off. Right, we've got a full day planned. First off, the Venus Temple, or Sex Museum. Let's get Mr. Maturity inside and see how he does. Brilliant. It's actually a fascinating museum, looking at human sexuality throughout history. We got a cheeky wink from this lady, and Will's found some interesting worldly artefacts that went
Ding-a-ling.
and I questioned my life choices to this point. Well, at least he had some fun. Next up, we tried public transport and gave the metro a go. We were off to the museum quarter and found the metro clean, quick and cheap. We weren't visiting the Rijksmuseum today, but did you know it was designed by the same fella who did the station? And you can tell. We just passed through. And then we met this lovely fella.
Hi, my name is Shankar. I'm from India. So I met Wilson and Rachel, and they are very gracious enough to take a very good photos of me in center of Amsterdam. Thank you.
You're most welcome. But hang on a minute. What in the name of Christmas is this?
They've got Christmas trees and an ice rink. Wonder if they've got any mulled wine.
Well, it would be rude not to find out. That could very well be it.
It was indeed mulled wine. This'll clear your pipes. Cheers.
Medicinal.
If you say so, Rach. Right, we were here to visit the MoCo. I mean, we've admired modern art on board and attended a seminar. We're practically fine art specialists these days. We were keen to check out the Banksies. They were great, but they didn't have many. But then we went upstairs to admire maybe some Liechtensteins or Warhols. But who is displaying? Robbie Bloody Williams, that's who. Right, I rest my case about modern art. Any bugger can do it. If your anxiety's called Blanche, mine's called Ivana, as in Ivana, my own display. After that, we kind of lost the plot a bit. There were some cool kind of illuminated displays, but we couldn't tell the difference between those and the City of Light in Liverpool. Maybe one art talk doesn't make you an expert. It's time to move on. Looking for another art exhibition? Well, there's one here. One here! Get it? Maybe not. Let's get a restorative hot chocolate and warm our cockles by the fire, eh, Wills? Idiot. Next, we decided to walk to the flower market to visit Will's favourite shop. And
Hey, it's open. My favourite shop in Amsterdam.
a palace full of Christmas tat and flashy lights. Let's take a look inside. So what's it to be this year? A Santa for your dad, lovely. And a little Dutch house for our travel tree. That'll do. I can't camembert this anymore. I'm shattered. Surely it's time for a sit down. And it was. We took a 1-hour boat trip from the red light district. It was a small boat with only a few passengers, and they gave us a drink. Cheers. As there were only 6 other passengers, it was easy to hear the guide, and we learnt a lot of really interesting facts about Amsterdam. This trip took us on an altogether different route to some of the bigger tours we've previously taken, and we much preferred it. The hour flew by and we were soon disembarking in the red light district once again. Cheers. We then took a walk to Dam Square and didn't feed the pigeons. Just a short walk away is the Anne Frank House, and although we weren't visiting inside today, we always like to visit and remember Anne and her incredible story. But I was flagging once again and was in need of a cuddle. That's handy, the cuddle pub. Crocus through the next section, Rach.
We finished our holiday in Amsterdam in the Cuddle Pub, which A is an incredibly cute name and B is just off the main shopping street, but it's so quiet in here. On TripAdvisor it says recommended by locals, and it's a brilliant place to go. Highly recommend it.
Not too many A-Wills, you'll need a wee. What's happening now?
We're going back to the ship.
And like clockwork.
I am busting for a wee.
So we walked quick, and then there was a massive queue.
I need a wee like you wouldn't believe.
20 minutes and 1 relieved Wills later.
We're all scrubbed up, and this was a 5-minute job because
We were late getting back to the ship. We were in a queue for about 9 hours.
Yeah.
And I was bursting for a wee and in more pain than I think I've been in all my life, in fact.
So 5 minutes, scrub up, let's go get something to eat.
Yes, let's go and try celebration night on the Ventura. The menu looked good. The amuse-bouche was nasty, but the panna cotta and the French onion soup were delicious. For our mains, it had to be beef Wellington. Then it was dark chocolate and passion fruit delice, and it was gorgeous. We went for a walk to try to offset some calories. Then we had a drink in the glasshouse, and as we'd predicted, everyone was now finding their space and the ship felt more spacious. Next up, the theatre.
Baby, you can drive my car, and baby, I love you.
Now don't get me wrong, vocal harmony groups are great and these lads were very talented, but either I'm getting old or this cold is making me grumpy. What's wrong with the tune, eh? Surely it was the tune that made the song great in the first place. Go on, finish it off, lads.
I did it my way.
You certainly did, lads, and good job, but we're all but done. You take your applause and we'll nip to the metropolis before bed. Wave at our breakfast companion. And then reflect on a day well spent in Amsterdam. And we'll finish it our way. Good Lord, what is that?
It's Monday morning, we've just got up. We're going to go in the jacuzzi before we go to breakfast.
Is that a good idea, Wen?
It's raining.
And you're not too well. Oh dear. For the record, this pool was not heated at this point.
How brave was I going for a swim?
I wasn't.
What's the message? Wills didn't do that. It was very cold. It's not a heated pool at all.
She just told me off as well. I told her she did 2 lengths.
Four.
I know, she went there, back.
Yeah, I did. But this jacuzzi's lovely. And get up early. This is the time. We've never ever seen jacuzzis with nobody in them.
Yeah.
As far as the cold goes, this is either going to cure me or by tomorrow I'll have pneumonia. But,
One or the other.
All that for the channel. We've had a lovely time. This ship has really grown on me now. For being not sure about it. I like it. Yeah, she's a bit tired.
I do like it
She's a bit tired. She's a bit old. She needs some painting here and there. But it's got a lovely feel.
So do we.
It's got a lovely feel to it. We had a top day in Amsterdam yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did everything we wanted to do. Using public transport is definitely the way forward, and not trying to be a hero and walk everywhere. And Will's just said he's hungry, so
we're going to go for some breakfast.
We're going to try and join the virtual queue, which we've not tried yet. So we'll take you with us for that experience.
I can hear this, by the way.
I need to get my shoulders back under because pneumonia is impending.
Bye.
Well, look at that. We're now Ventura fans through and through. Bring on the next cruise, or just bring on breakfast. Either makes us happy. What's next?
Breakfast done.
We're now going to try and have a deck walk and then do a quiz.
It looked beautiful out there, but...
Too windy.
But don't worry.
The smokers have rebelled and have removed the signs so we can go for a walk.
Hey!
All hail the smokers.
She's such a rebel.
And if you want to follow me, you're going to have to be one too. I think we managed one lap as it was freezing and windy. Now to the exchange bar for a quiz, and Wills has discovered something that's changed his world.
We're in the exchange bar for the quiz, and I'm loving this bar, and I'll tell you why. Because the other day we walked through it, they had Iron Maiden playing, then they had Guns N' Roses playing, they've got Status Quo playing at the moment. How good's that?
Well, I'm not impressed. Enlighten us, Wills.
We've just discovered the jukebox. I want to see if there's any shaky on here.
Thank God he's only discovered this on the last day. This could have felt like a really, really long cruise. Music sorted? How's the quiz going?
I don't think we're doing too bad so far.
It was a colour-themed quiz and...
We got 13 out of 20. Not too shabby. I'm glad you've got more music questions right than me.
But Soft Lad is now back on his new favourite toy. And, following the theme of the quiz...
Come on, bit of shaky, but it was a quiz all about colours, so green door. And not only can you select your song on the jukebox, it's also a video jukebox. Look at this.
There was no tearing him away, and this jukebox is free to use. I could have left him there all day, and he'd have been more than happy. But you're on a cruise, so surely it's time to eat again. We discovered that although both sides of the buffet were often full, if you went to the back of the buffet to what is the beach house at night, you could more than often get a table. Wills had carbs with his carbs, and I threw in a bit of protein. We did enjoy the food each time we ate at the buffet, and there was plenty of choice. The shops were open as we were at sea, and if you like shopping, there are some good deals to be found. We don't, so headed to the Havana Club for another art talk. You'd have thought we'd have learnt by now.
What they would do is they would graffiti public areas.
This one was all about street art. And afterwards, we were invited to the gallery for a free glass of fizz and to learn more.
But the most important aspect is the code at the bottom. Now that code essentially will correlate to a dollar bill, either $1 or $2. When you purchase his pieces, you'll receive that dollar bill, and then you'll receive half of it. So he'll tear it in half, you'll keep half of it in his studio, and then he'll give you the other half. So if you ever want to know if your Mr. Brainwash is real, you can call up the studio itself, read the first 5 digits of that code, and the person on the other end of the phone will tell you the last 5.
How cool is that? But now it's time to get scrubbed up as we've somewhere to be.
It's our last evening on board.
We're all suited and booted.
And we're going to try the Epicurean, because it's one we didn't try on Iona, so we're going to give that one a go.
It's dead posh.
Why on earth they're letting you two in is a mystery, but what is it?
It's a classic twist on British food, and it's supposed to be the best food on the ship.
Right, let's make the music a bit more classy. That's better. How's it going, Wills?
We've just been told a load of people who will be looking after us this evening. I've forgotten their names, unfortunately. I do apologise. But they've said this experience could last up to 2.5 hours. We've got a show that we're going to go to tonight, but we'll wait and see.
The menu looks amazing. Are you ready for this, Rach? Excellent.
We've got an amuse-bouche like last night, but this one is cucumber, rum and lemon, possibly. See what it tastes like.
And your verdict, Wills?
It's not bad, actually. It's better than last night's peach and something.
It was very refreshing and didn't taste like day-old dishwater. We'd pre-booked this meal at £28 per person. The wine, of course, was extra. The Iberico ham was carved at our table, and the whole dish was assembled by our waiter. It was our kind of starter and absolutely delicious, and that's a thumbs up from Wills. Next up, the main course, and we both went for beef fillet, and between us selected all of the sides. It was absolutely delicious, and both steaks were cooked to perfection according to our tastes. Well done, Wills, and medium Rach. Give us a steak review, Wills.
That is up there with one of the best steaks I've ever had.
We went for the taster plate for dessert to try a little of everything. As the meal had been over quite a long time, we didn't feel stuffed with food. It was altogether a very pleasant experience. And we made friends with the couple at the next table.
Hello. My crepe Suzette is about to arrive.
Hiya. My name's Colette and I'm about to eat the crepe Suzette.
And a very nice crepe Suzette it looked too. But now it's time to leave and see what else is on around the ship. There was a Pink tribute in the Havana Club and the party was going strong. There was dancing in the atrium hosted by the dance pros. We met our friends from the Epicurean, Stephen and Colette, once again, and they'd attended the dance classes on board. Now that's not them, this is them. How did it go, guys?
We can't remember how
This is not 100% singing on the ship.
Don't be so hard on yourselves, you'll be fabulous. And what do we think? Yes, they are doing a great job and are way braver than we'd ever be. Look at that, they're even partner swapping now. And reading the Facebook group that accompanied this cruise, we believe there was a fair bit of that going on. Everyone's dancing. How lovely. Except us, we're not dancing. We're off to catch the late showing of the Headliners Theatre Company's one and only show. I know it's late, but you've got to review this. It was called Horizon, and we didn't really get the concept, but the show team were very talented and well drilled, and we think they were a brand new team on board, and this was their first performance. Well done, guys.
Put your hands together for your female dancer.
Have a great contract, but now it's way past our bedtime, so let's get a nightcap from the Red Bar and turn in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Bedtime.
And then...
Morning! It's our last morning, it's bright and early. We've packed mostly, but it's time to go and get our last breakfast.
We'd opted for self-checkout, meaning we take our luggage off ourselves. We'd washed our hands religiously all cruise. I hadn't deserved to get sick, but that's not going to stop me enjoying my last breakfast on board. We headed straight for the back and got a seat easily, and enjoyed a leisurely breakfast as dismal Southampton slowly woke up.
Bye, room!
It was time to leave.
Aww.
We had to be off the ship by 7:45. And for all of our misgivings about Ventura, we'd grown to love her over this 4-night cruise and would have given anything to stay on board for the next cruise, which was to the Canaries. Yes, a bit of sun would do us just fine. We grabbed a taxi to the station, waved at Ventura, and would you believe it, on the way home, every single train was on time and with seats. Typical. What a fantastic time we'd had. But have we answered the question? Is a 4-night cruise worth it? Over to you guys. Yes, it definitely is.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, the value alone, I think, is one of the first things I'd say.
Yeah.
We paid each for this cruise £337.
For 4 nights.
For 4 nights, when you put that over the 4 nights, it's £84.25
Which
per
is
night.
all of your food included.
Yeah.
Okay,
And-
we paid for the extra
Epicurean, but we wanted to try that, we wanted to review that. But you could go on and pay nothing. You can take a bottle of wine each on.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people take on like these Ribena things and just add those with water. You could pay no more than that. Eat in the restaurant a 3-course meal every night. Eat in the restaurant for buffet for breakfast, or go to the buffet.
Yep.
You can eat in the restaurant for dinner if you want to.
It
so
is
the
such a
value is just incredible.
And you get the entertainment, you
Yeah.
get it all.
Yeah, you really, really do. Another thing, if you're a bit nervous and you think, oh, am I going to like cruising or not? Then maybe it's good for that.
4 days is
just
an ideal
to
time,
test,
isn't it?
are you going to get seasick or you're not going to get seasick?
Yeah.
Do you like it? I have to say, had I never cruised before, I probably wouldn't have liked it to start off because
Yeah.
it felt very cramped. And then as
It was a
everyone
little, wasn't it?
learnt the ship and found their way, then I loved that ship. I really did not want to get off.
I know.
I was going to the
Oh,
Canaries.
let's go to the Canaries.
Yeah, oh God, we need some sunshine in our life.
Because I've still got that. Well, I haven't
Yeah,
still got COVID. I'm testing
that's-
negative now.
One downside, I think you picked up COVID on the ship, and I think a fair few other
Floored
people
me
have.
this time, I tell you.
I know I was sick on the video, but I didn't get that off the ship. I caught that at home, and I was sick pretty much as I woke up the next day in Southampton.
The best thing was, I tell you what, we've never had a balcony cabin before, and we slept with the door open because we always sleep with the window open at home anyway. We haven't closed our window in 20 years since we put them in. But just having that fresh air.
Yeah.
Because air conditioning just plays havoc.
Yeah, especially when you're not well. Yeah, so yeah, definitely worth it. We just want to do more now. We definitely want to do more, and we definitely need some sunshine soon as well.
We've got our eye on Mirella Explorer too.
Oh, we have got our eye on Mirella
Rachel's
Explorer.
old ship used to be the Celebrity Galaxy.
Century. Anyway, we need to wrap this up now because this video has been long enough.
Hasn't it?
We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope we gave you a bit of an insight into Ventura. Next week, we're going to do a ship tour for you. So if you're going on it and you want to learn the geography and the layout, that'll be the video for you.
And we'll have a full video about Amsterdam as well. We only showed you a bit of it
Those
today.
are just little snippets today, some little naughty bits in there. Anyway, if you'd like this video...
If you hit that button, if you do the subscribe thing, it's free. It really helps out. Leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment. That would be absolutely amazing.
Fantastic, thank you.
And as we say...
In Postcard and a Pint, cheers to the good times. My mate said to me the other day, do you know where I can buy a toupee? I said, not off the top of my head.
Oh...